Now on CoastTV News.
We're seeing mostly clear and cold conditions this morning, but clouds increase during the day. It's mild today. We continue to melt the snow, and we continue to ramp up those temperatures and melt more snow. And with that, a good chance of rain. I'll time it all out on Futurecast coming up next.
First votes and first primary, the town of New Hampshire that opens its polls at midnight to get today's primary underway.
Heated debate on dwellings, the differing opinions on proposed housing help for those who are struggling. We're breaking down what plan is being pushed in Milford.
Hazmat havoc. Several crews work to put out this Monday night fire in Milton, the status of its investigation.
This is CoastTV News Today.
It is Tuesday, January 23rd, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm Paige Marley.
Yeah, and I feel like this is the first time in a while, Paige, that we're not talking about a first alert weather day or extremely cold conditions. It just seems like it's a typical January day.
Which we love, and honestly, I miss. I think I was a little salty, if you will, with the the previous January days. It's too cold. It's too cold. This is fine.
Yeah, I'll take it.
We'll take this. All right, let's bring in first alert meteorologist Bob Chai, who joins us now. Bob, you're not going to tell us any, first alert weather days are coming our way, right?
No, Paige, because I don't want you to be salty about the weather or me. But good morning to you, and Matt, good morning, Delmarva. Yeah, no first alert weather days. It is a chilly start, and do watch out for a few isolated slick spots this morning as temperatures are on either side of freezing. 32 in Georgetown and Millsboro right now, 28 in Redden and Seaford, 34 in Lewis, and above freezing along the coast right now. The winds are trending southwest. They're very light, and that'll be the case today. So it'll be nice to get a break from those very strong winds and see those warmer conditions. As we are looking at mostly clear skies right now, you can see a lot of stars, but we have clouds increasing off to our west and southwest as Arctic high pressure is sliding offshore, and we'll see those clouds increasing throughout the day. So let's walk you through it on Futurecast. Still mostly sunny this morning. Watch out for some of those isolated slick spots with temperatures below freezing. By 9 a.m. we're above freezing, and by noon we're in the low 40s with thickening clouds and mainly cloudy mid-afternoon with temperatures in the low to mid 40s. So the temperatures continue to ramp up as we see the increasing clouds, and I'll have much more on this warming trend, and I'll time out the rain and temperatures in the 60s. Yep, they're on the way. I'll talk about that coming up.
All right, we have breaking news this morning. We have the first votes in the New Hampshire primary. It's a tradition. There's this little town, Dixville Notch. They open their polls just after midnight on primary and election days. They have about 6 voters there. All 6 this morning going for Nikki Haley in the primary as the rest of the Granite State prepares to vote this morning. Haley says she is not giving up and she's continuing fighting in this race.
I didn't know that about that little town.
Yeah,
how cute.
it's a tradition.
Happy to know that. Well, those polls showing former President Trump, though, however, with a significant lead now. NBC's Bree Jackson shows us the candidates for each party in this presidential race and some of the opinions of the voters.
Republican candidates delivering their closing message to New Hampshire voters. Former President Trump wants to seal the deal for the GOP nomination.
We're coming to take over the beautiful, beautiful White House, and we're going to run the country the way it's supposed to be run.
Trump's former UN ambassador and Republican rival Nikki Haley seeks to finish stronger here than her third-place finish in the Iowa caucuses.
This really is an option. Do you want more of the same? Or do you want to go forward?
That's the sentiment echoed on the Democratic side.
They don't want Donald Trump.
Dean Phillips is challenging President Biden. Phillips is considered a long shot, but he tells me he hopes to build momentum in the Granite State, where Joe Biden's name is absent from the ballot.
He needs competition because if we coronate him, it's lights out. Donald Trump is coming back to the White House. That's just the truth.
Biden could still win New Hampshire through a grassroots Right-in Biden campaign.
He's done a stand-up job with the economy, and I don't see why we would pick anybody else to continue that work.
Here at Stark Brewing Company in Manchester, craft beer is flowing, and so are conversations about the presidential race. Some say they are not enthused about their choices.
This is a tough election. This is a really tough election. Nobody wants to vote for people. They're all voting against people.
A sense of frustration as the first in the nation primary gives the country a sense of where voters stand in the 2024 presidential election. In Manchester, New Hampshire, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
Now, after President Trump's blowout win in the Iowa caucus, former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley is seeking to draw in independent and Democrat voters in New Hampshire. This is an open primary state, so Democrats can vote for Republicans and vice versa. This could be a make or break situation for her campaign.
And New Hampshire Democrat plans filed a complaint with the state attorney general over an apparent robocall that appears to encourage supporters of President Joe Biden not to vote in today's presidential primary.
We know the value of voting Democratic when our votes count. It's important that you save your vote for the November election.
And Biden is not on the ballot there, as he wanted to make South Carolina the first primary for Democrats. At a last-ditch effort by his campaign, like you just saw, it's underway for New Hampshire, attempting to encourage voters to write in Biden's name.
We have an update in Delaware following last week's postponement due to illness. Governor John Carney is rescheduling his 2024 State of the State address. The governor will now give his address on Tuesday, March 5th. This will be at 2 p.m., and it will be delivered from the House of Representatives chamber and Legislative Hall. He will also present his budget for the 2024-2025 fiscal year, and that will be this Thursday at 1 p.m.
A heated debate in Milford at its public hearing for the proposed Pallet Village. The Pallet Village is a program that gives the homeless temporary housing and literal address. Now, that way, applying for things like jobs or bank accounts can go smoother for them. Some of the possible locations for this project include right behind the new police station or off of Milford-Harrington Highway. It's a little outside of downtown. According to a spokesperson, Milford has been exploring the idea since a homeless encampment was disbanded last Christmas, and it's an issue they say needs to be addressed.
We've seen tent encampments pop up in various places since then, and Code Purple is certainly quite busy. Brandywine Counseling. Council did pass the ordinance about the panhandling at intersections. So in various conversations and discussion, it's happened.
And according to Bloom, there could be more public hearings if this topic does not move forward within City Council. We have reaction from what was, at times, a very heated debate in Milford. That'll be coming up later on Coast TV News Today.
Well, we move on, and we now know the identities of the 2 U.S. Navy SEALs who died off the coast of Somalia earlier this month. The Navy has released their names. They are 37-year-old Navy Special Warfare Operation First Class Christopher Chambers, who is from Maryland, and 27-year-old Navy Special Warfare Operator Second Class Nathan Ingram. The SEALs disappeared January 11th while attempting to board a ship to search for Iranian weapons. One of them fell into the water due to 8-foot swells. The second SEAL disappeared after diving in to help. Both are presumed dead after a 10-day search. Maryland Governor Wes Moore released a statement focused on Special Operator First Class Christopher Chambers. It reads, in part, "He was a true patriot in every beautiful sense of the word. He put his life on the line for our safety and security, and we will never forget his ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty."
Happening today, it's the next steps to increase law enforcement presence in Dagsboro 100. Now, this is just south of Millsboro. The plan calls for a police station to be built east of Patriots Way. Approximately 44 acres is needed to do this. A conditional use of the land currently zoned for agriculture and residential must be approved. Now, again, this is scheduled for one of the public hearings this afternoon at the Sussex County Council meeting.
Ocean Pines working to get their finances set for the 2024-2025 fiscal year. In its proposed budget, over $18 million in expenses is what will be on the table. The largest increase is over $500,000 for police, with the biggest reduction occurring for the yacht club at over $79,000. A town hall to discuss the budget is scheduled for February 7th.
The icy roads and a snowy landscape made for difficult driving conditions this weekend. A lot of people on Delmarva opting to forego shopping and dining in favor of blankets on the couch. The restaurant Egg in Rehoboth Beach saying that this past weekend, business was half of what they normally get due to the weather. As the Rehoboth Beach Dewey Beach Chamber of Commerce says this time of year, not as busy as the summer season, and the harsh weather, of course, does not help.
Traffic was non-existent. It was just too snowy, too slippery, and a little bit too scary to get out there. So I'm sure the businesses had an impact on them too with employees, and the employees are already at a critical level.
When you do go to support local businesses, just remember many are operating under new hours for the wintertime.
Later this morning, the Delaware State Fire Marshal will continue to gather more information from a fire Monday night at the Milton Cheer Center. Several hazmat crews were on the scene of this. We're going to show you some of the photos that a Sussex County EMS vehicle was on fire inside the garage there. The Milton Fire Department says another vehicle was also on fire. That was removed, and that crews worked for about an hour before the fire was under control. We do know that Denrec and Millsboro fire departments and HAZ units also assisted.
A Seaford police officer has been indicted and suspended after an apparent road rage incident this summer in Bridgeville. Police say Kyle Linville had issues while picking his pickup truck and trailer in a Bridgeville driveway, inadvertently blocking both lanes of Oak Road. An approaching car was unable to get by, and a fight broke out between two drivers. Prosecutors say the other driver stayed in the car, but Linville scratched their paint, shouted obscenities, and pulled his handgun on the driver. Well, we are just getting started this morning on Coast TV News Today.
Yeah, coming up, progress on the new Rehoboth Beach Patrol building and the upcoming demolition plan for the existing structure.
Also ahead, the Baltimore Ravens continue to fly forward. We're showing you how some Ocean City fans are supporting their home team.
And several roadwork projects taking place right now across Sussex County will tell you the areas you may want to avoid. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Enjoy 10 songs in a row, brought to you by Pohanka Kia of Salisbury.
For over 35 years, Benny Smith Funeral Home has been the choice for families throughout Maryland and Virginia. Our focus is you and your family. A personal service that allows you time to grieve and heal properly when you need it most. We offer pre-need planning, cremation services, funeral and memorial services, simple to elaborate celebrations of life, receptions, and more. With multiple locations on Delmarva, there's a Benny Smith Funeral Home near you, on call and available to help.
When you visit the Delmarva Design Center, you'll experience a selection of appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring all together in one showroom. The 10,000 square foot location has a variety of inspiring samples for any project size or budget. Your dedicated product experts and designers collaborate to bring your dream project to life. Come and see what the kitchen industry buzz is all about. Experience the Delmarva Design Center in Selbyville, Delaware, serving all of Delmarva's coast.
Solo Cup Saturday night. It's an alternative country party with me, Jared. Brought to you by Midshore Recyclers Incorporated. Saturdays at 7 on Coast Country, 103.9 and 106.3.
Weather shapes our lives. At Coast TV, our First Alert weather team is always at work.
We have a strong line to begin to press its way through.
Coverage that prioritizes you.
Make sure you are remaining weather aware.
The First Alert weather team. Your safety, our commitment.
5:13 on this pretty cold Tuesday morning. Bay Health Cam from Dover looking at the roads that could still be slick. We've got more snow cover a little farther north, so watch out for those isolated icy spots, especially with temperatures below freezing pretty much everywhere. 31 in Georgetown, Millsboro 27, and Seaford 30 in Salisbury. Middle 30s along the coast as the winds have now turned to the south and west. They're light, and we're looking at mostly clear skies right now. So with those warmer winds and clouds building in, we are looking at milder conditions as we go through the day with Arctic high pressure moving offshore. I think we all like to hear that. Here's your bus stop forecast for the kids. 30 degrees, dry and cold, off to school, still a few icy spots, and then cloudy and chilly. We're melting more snow and heading home. They're looking at 43.
Drivers who live in or commute through Millsboro, an emergency road closure is in effect. DelDOT says Hollyville Road between Harmons Hill Road and Hurdle Ditch Road is closed for the rest of this week. This is due to an emergency crossroad pipe maintenance. Detours are currently in place.
Yeah, we have another road closure to tell you about. This one is in Laurel. We have a view from our coast copter. It's Dogwood Lane between Old Hickory Road and Airport Road. It's closed. Work will take place through Friday, and DelDOT is saying this is for installing a crossroad pipe, and there are detours also in that area.
Fenwick Island is asking for locals to send their thoughts on wind farms and marine mammals to the federal government. The city's asking people send comments to NOAA specifically about marine life and those wind farms, including establishing a seasonal moratorium on piled driving during the months when right whales are around. Comments can be submitted on regulations.gov. The Federal Trade Commission ruled against TurboTax. The agency found parent company Intuit deceived customers by advertising its tax services are free. The problem is those tax services end up not being free for many users. The FTC ordered Intuit to either stop advertising as free or make services free for all customers. Intuit blasted the appeals process, saying the commission serves as accuser, judge, and jury.
Ford is pulling the plug on some of its electric vehicle production. The automaker announced that it's shutting down one of its two Michigan facilities that build the F-150 Lightning. Ford says this move was made in reference to customer demand, or in this case, the apparent lack of it.
Still ahead this morning, Baltimore Ravens haven't had their wings clipped yet. We're telling you who they face next on Sunday.
A cold start in Salisbury this morning, 28. Spicer Brothers Camp showing nice weather conditions there with mostly clear skies, but everybody will see increasing clouds and warmer weather as we go through time with rain in the forecast. I'll have the timing on that with Futurecast after the break.
Let the steam rise like the majestic Mount Fuji. Unveiling a new ramen restaurant in Salisbury. The Fuji Ramen House is an adventure with each tantalizing bite. Enjoy your experience in a cozy Japanese-themed setting and indulge in mouth-watering appetizers, rice bowls, curry, and of course, our ramen. Handcrafted noodles simmering in a delicious broth with your choice of toppings. Elevate your taste to new heights and savor the umami flavors of authentic ramen at Fuji Ramen House, located behind East Moon.
Weather shapes our lives. At CoastTV, our First Alert weather team is always at work, ensuring you have the information you need.
So we're looking for it to begin to make its way towards Fenwick Island pretty quickly here.
Because we know how much weather matters to our coastal community.
Make sure you take cover from these storms.
Our promise is to guide, inform, and protect.
Make sure you are remaining weather aware tomorrow.
Weather coverage that prioritizes you. CoastTV and the First Alert weather team. Your safety, our commitment.
Welcome to the ride home on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. First rule of the ride home, we definitely talk about the ride home. In fact, tell all your friends. Second rule of the ride home, we have fun. Top 10 Tuesday, Would You Rather Wednesday, and every day you pick the songs on the high five. And the third rule of the ride home, we don't take ourselves too seriously. You've got enough to stress about. So let me handle the ride home, weekdays from 3 to 7 on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3.
Delmarva Home Show. Explore the hidden house gems here on the peninsula. Exciting tours of stunning homes, charming cottages, and luxurious beachfront properties. Designer ideas and insider tips to help inspire your home decor. Discover the best of Delmarva's architecture and interior design. A showcase of the most unique and beautiful homes on Delmarva. Start your tour Sunday mornings at 11:30 on WBOC. NBC News Daily, weekdays at 1 on CoastTV.
5:18 on this Tuesday morning. In the middle of your screen, we are checking out the live scene at Dover. And Bob, you are calling this week the big warm-up.
Big warm up. And I think that is music to everybody's ears after the deep freeze and temperatures below freezing for several days and snow. And I had blowing snow in Millsboro over the weekend, by the way. So all that nonsense is coming to an end because we are going to start to warm things up. Make sure you scan the QR code right down there in the lower left part of your screen. That will get you to the Coast TV weather app and you will see the big warm up there. Here's our 5-day temperature trend. 44 today. We jump another 10 degrees tomorrow up to 54. And then we're into the 60s beginning Thursday, 63, up to 66 on Friday. I could see Matt Pensick already going through the clothes, digging out the shorts, and then 54 on Saturday. But with the warm-up, we will start to see some rain building in as well. But temperatures now, nothing mild about this. We're in the 20s and low 30s, 31 in Georgetown and Millsboro. You're scraping some frost this morning. Still some isolated slick spots on some of those roads, so be extra careful, especially some of the side roads. Delmar, 28, 37 at Bethany Beach right now. And the winds have now shifted to the south and west as Arctic high pressure is now moving offshore. I think everybody likes to hear that. We're looking at mostly clear skies now, but clouds are increasing as high as sliding offshore to the north. They could be looking at a wintry mix across Pennsylvania, especially the higher terrain there, maybe some freezing drizzle. We're not worried about that. And then a big area of rain and wintry precipitation farther north. That will start to move in a little bit later in the week. So here's Futurecast this morning, 20s and 30s. We start to increase the clouds. They increase even more by 9 a.m. as we're above freezing into the mid-30s. By 11:30, we're in the low 40s, but the clouds are thickening up, and I think we're pretty much cloudy into the afternoon. Temperatures in the 30s and lower 40s, as high as 43 in Long Neck and Selbyville. And then this evening, cloudy skies. And with the clouds and a light southwest breeze, temperatures don't fall off as quickly. So upper 30s around midnight, and then by 5:30 tomorrow morning, we're pretty much above freezing in most places, and that sets us up for a warm day, or at least warmer than it has been. By noon tomorrow, close to 50, and then we're in the mid-50s by Wednesday afternoon. It's possible we could see a few light showers, but the winds surprisingly calm for a period through Wednesday afternoon, and then they start getting pretty gusty later Wednesday night, really tugging in that warmer air and the moisture as well. We're looking at showers building in, especially Thursday and Thursday night, and then into Friday we get a break. Then it looks like more rain headed into this upcoming weekend. Paul Davis 7-day forecast: 44 today, 54 on Wednesday, lots of clouds. Showers on Thursday, 63, 66 on Friday with some showers, 54 on Saturday, 51 on Sunday. Here's your umbrella giveaway winner. It's David Hall from Easton, Maryland. Congratulations, David, on your brand new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV.
And don't forget that Coast TV has a brand new Facebook page for the latest in news, exclusive content, and interactive discussions. Just make sure to visit and follow that new page. Head over to facebook.com/CoastTVNBC or scan the QR code that's on your screen right now to stay connected with us.
Well, as we head towards the AFC Championship game this weekend, it's not hard to see that purple is the color in Ocean City. The Ravens are attempting to reach the Super Bowl for the third time in their history, so we went to Ocean City to see how excited the town is, and here is what we heard.
I think it's going to be a back-and-forth game. The Ravens, they got an all-around good team, offense, defense, special teams, and I think that's what's going to put us over the edge. I think it's going to be close. I'm going to say 30-24.
And it is the Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs this Sunday at 3 p.m. This is the first time the city of Baltimore is hosting the AFC Championship game since January 1971. That's when the then Baltimore Colts played the Raiders en route to winning Super Bowl V. This does bring us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know what are the Ravens' chances are against the Chiefs.
I like how the closest right here are like highly likely, no chance. There's rarely any in the middle. I'm going to go somewhat likely.
Yeah, it's changing right now.
It is. Keep voting, you guys. What do you think?
Well, I'm a Browns fan, so not the biggest with the Ravens. I'll be rooting for the Chiefs.
No, but it's who you think. Just
who
what
do
do you think the chances are?
I know. The Ravens have been impressive, so I'll probably go highly likely.
Ooh, okay. There you go. And I wish I was voting more highly likely. If you haven't voted yet, though, and you want to share, don't tell us who you want to see happen. Tell us what you think is going to happen. Go to CoastTV.com or our mobile app.
All right, well, up next on Coast TV News Today, demolition prep in Rehoboth Beach. This is for its new Beach Patrol building. We'll tell you when you can expect the old one to be a thing of the past. Don't go anywhere.
At Coast Country, we're more than just music. We're a part of Delmarva's heart. Every month, Coast Country Cares, together with Spicer Brothers, steps up to serve our community. We're here helping local organizations and supporting our neighbors all year round. Join us in making a difference. Stay tuned to learn where we'll be next or visit coastcountry.com to see how you can be a part of our mission. Coast Country Cares, brought to you by Spicer Brothers, because we are Delmarva proud.
NBC Nightly News, weeknights at 6:30 on Coast TV.
Watch for the IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep.
Embrace a new journey and kickstart your New Year's resolution in a brand new Subaru from Gateway Subaru. Discover the 2024 Subaru Outback, which represents Subaru's commitment to safety, innovation, and adventure. Right now, lease a new 2024 Subaru Outback for only $299 a month, or take advantage of financing rates as low as 1.9%. Plus, Gateway has more in-stock Subaru inventory to choose from than other dealers have combined. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
Weather shapes our lives. At Coast TV, our First Alert weather team is always at work, ensuring you have the information you need.
So we're looking for it to begin to make its way towards Fenwick Island pretty quickly here.
Because we know how much weather matters to our coastal community.
Make sure you take cover from these storms.
Our promise is to guide, inform, and protect.
Make sure you are remaining weather aware tomorrow.
Weather coverage that prioritizes you. Coast TV and the First Alert weather team. Your safety, our commitment.
From inside Iran, from Israel, from Florida, from Lewiston, Maine. Part of our continued reporting. This is what a country at war looks like. Women, children. What is it like? Countless neighborhoods across the region that look just like this. Everybody good? It took for all this damage to
Get the Coast TV First Alert weather app with live satellite and radar, severe weather alerts, and extended forecast. Download the free Coast TV First Alert weather app, brought to you by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling. Download the DSN app today, driven by Preston Automotive Group.
Rehoboth Beach is making progress on its new Beach Patrol building. Demolition prep for the old building off Baltimore Avenue continues. It should be taken down in the next few weeks, according to the city.
All right, how about this one? Dune, not disturb. That's a message from DENREC. DENREC says the dunes seen here are the first line of defense against beach erosion and storms. And DENREC says be sure to stay off them, both driving and walking, as that can hurt the dune and dune grass and potentially create gaps for flooding.
Feedback is now being accepted on possible regulatory changes to fishing in Maryland. The Maryland Department of Natural Resources saying species under consideration include the bluefin tuna, billfish, swordfish, and shark, bluefish, oyster, snapper, we're not done yet, grouper complex, striped bass, and yellow perch. I only know what half those look like. Changes could include size limit, catch limit, changes to the season, and more. Comments are being accepted now through February 6th.
Well, we bring back First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey. That was a lot of fish, Paige.
It was a lot of fish.
You know your fish. Bob,
I know how to read about fish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Going to close the loop on this. I'm not going to pull up the spring close yet, Bob, but we are looking at some warmer temperatures out there.
Yeah, well, keep us posted on the progress of that. Okay. You're talking about all that fish. I like grouper. Grouper sandwiches are really good. Anyway, if you're headed to the beach, maybe have a fish sandwich and make sure you bundle up. We'll be clouding up. Temperatures into the 40s this afternoon for Fenwick Island and Ocean City. Waves about 1 to 3 feet. Ferry ride from Lewis to Cape May, not too bad. Winds are light, and we're looking at temperatures in the 40s for Lewis. Increasing clouds. Pretty cloudy by afternoon for Rehoboth as well, with temperatures into the 40s. And those temperatures continue to climb. More on that and the chances for rain coming up in about 3 minutes.
All right, Bob, thank you so much. Coming up after the break, more discussion on Milford's bicycle master plan. We're telling you what today's workshop will focus on.
Also got the heated discussion at a public hearing for a proposed pallet village in Milford. This is the effort to help those who are facing homelessness.
And the small town was the first in the nation to vote in the 2024 presidential primary. We're telling you more about the makeup of registered voters and how that played out as a result of Coast TV News Today continues.
Purchasing diamond jewelry or any jewelry, remember Robinsons, where we sell only earth-grown diamonds, not the fake lab created whose values have dropped. Robinsons Jewelers can design or repair any jewelry, as Robinsons is the largest jewelry store on Delmarva with 8 jewelers on staff. Although we are known for being coin and clock experts, we want you to know we are the expert jewelers of Delmarva. Chain repairs to ring sizings to custom-made engagement rings, Robinsons is your jewelry expert.
To learn more about Robinsons family of business, the coin and jewelry experts, visit Delmarva Experts on WBOC.com.
Elevate your business and engage more customers with Draper Media. Our diverse network of media properties such as WBOC, Coast TV, 93.5 The Beach, and 102.5 WBOC reaches over 500,000 Delmarva residents across various channels like television, radio, social media, and digital platforms. Enhance your brand's visibility across the Delmarva region with Draper Media. Our passionate team of media specialists and content creators are dedicated to showcasing your brand through engaging commercials, dynamic drone footage, eye-catching graphic and web design, and social media branding. Share your brand story on our popular programs, capturing the attention of your target audience. Trust your brand with Draper Media, a family-oriented company serving the Delmarva community. Contact Frank Hamilton today at fhamilton@wboc.com to get started.
Take the DSN app with you wherever you go and never miss a game from your favorite local team. Whether you're on the road, stuck at the office, or out with friends and family, the DSN app notifies you when your team is on live, so you can watch the game as it happens or watch videos on demand. Keep up with local sports all from one app. From your mobile device to Fire Stick, Roku, and Apple TV, download the DSN app today. Driven by Preston Automotive Group. This is Coast TV News Today.
January 23rd, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Paige Marley.
It's 5:30 a.m. on this Tuesday morning, and I'm just getting ready for this ice to melt. Get it off the sidewalks, get off the roads.
Yeah.
Let's get some just dry stuff out there.
Definitely. I was at a lavender field yesterday. That snow there, beautiful.
Yeah.
I hope it stays on the grass, on the lavender fields. But like you said, get off the roads, get off the sidewalks.
Just make it easier to walk and drive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A little prettier as well. Let's bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Trahey now. Bob, do you think that melting will begin today and we'll see a little more?
Oh, it will, big time, a little bit later on. But this morning, still a little slippery underfoot. Watch out getting out of your car. You have to watch out for ice there. And also, just walking along, if you are walking in a slushy, icy area, make sure you shuffle your feet, because we are looking at temperatures below freezing inland areas right now, above freezing along the coast. And we have a light southwest wind, so that will kind of keep that warming trend going as we're looking at mostly clear skies right now. But there are some clouds increasing, and they will increase throughout the day, eventually becoming cloudy as Arctic high pressure is moving away. That's music to everybody's ears as we're seeing temperatures creeping up into the mid-30s by 9, thickening clouds by noon. We're into the 30s and low 40s, and I think we're in the low to maybe mid-40s as we go to about the 2 o'clock time period. But the skies will be rather cloudy, not expecting anything in the way of rain, but watch out for some slick spots this morning. Otherwise, driving to work or school, dry and cold, and then heading home gave it the green light. Cloudy and still on the chilly side, but snow is melting.
All right, breaking news this morning. The first votes in the New Hampshire primary took place just after midnight. This was in the small town of Dixville Notch.
As you can see there, all 6 registered voters cast their ballot for Nikki Haley in the Republican presidential race against former President Trump.
Yeah, this is a tradition for the resort town to open its polls just after midnight for elections.
And for the primary, Dixville Notch had 4 voters registered Republican, 2 undeclared voters.
Well, the debate on a possible pallet village for the homelessness was a hot topic in Milford as City Council let the public speak their mind during a public hearing, and well, not everyone there is seeing eye to eye.
Definitely not. Coast TV News reporter Charles Reinert shows us both sides of this debate and what could be next for this topic.
A packed room tonight in Milford. Town Council considering a pallet village to help the homeless. And that debate was passionate and at times divisive.
These are people who need shelter.
Please consider this somewhere besides downtown.
David A. Shockley at Jesus Love Temple thinks the village is the right move for Milford.
While it may not be a permanent solution, it is a solution. And I've been here for 45 years, just about, and every solution, every other idea has been shot down. Every other thing that we've done has been kicked to the curb. And I believe it's classism, and I believe there are some things that really underneath of it all.
But not everyone sees this issue the same way.
I have a heart, I feel for these people, but I don't think that this is going to do anything to solve affordable housing, and from what I see, it's not doing anything for their addiction.
The Springboard Collaborative is the organization running this proposed pallet village, and they have experience. They helped Georgetown develop a similar home for the homeless. Sarah Bloom with the city says it's been discussing this idea since a homeless encampment was removed in 2022.
So we've seen tent encampments pop up in various places since then, and Code Purple is certainly quite busy. Brandywine Counseling Council did pass the ordinance about the panhandling at intersections. So in various conversations and discussion, it's happened.
Monday's meeting ran late into the night, and this heated debate over how to handle homelessness in Milford is far from over. Now, according to Bloom, if this does move on with City Council, there's going to be more public hearings to talk about this topic, but it's not quite sure when those public hearings could be quite yet. I'm Charles Reinhardt in Milford, Coast TV News.
And it's not just Georgetown and maybe Milford with the Pallet Village. This is the Ann Street housing in Salisbury. It opened last year, and it's transitionary housing as well, with counseling on site too.
Happening today, making room for either biking or parking. That's the question as Milford continues to pursue adding bicycle lanes to Marshall Street. This comes from the city's bicycle master plan that began in 2008. A public workshop will be held today. This will be from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Milford Public Works building. If finalized, lanes would go from Southeast 2nd Street to Watergate Boulevard South.
Delaware Republicans have introduced 3 measures on accountability. The first, House Bill 261, would establish the Office of Legislative Ethics so members of the public can request an investigation. Another bill involves legislators that help write the budget or grant and aid bills. If they work for a non-government organization, those organizations cannot receive money from bills written by the lawmaker in question. The last measure would create a grant to aid committee to review each applicant's performance, financial stability, and efficiency, so lawmakers have more oversight on taxpayer money.
Happening today, the next step to increase the law enforcement presence in Dagsboro 100. This is just south of Millsboro. The plan calls for a police station to be built east of Patriots Way. Approximately 44 acres is needed. And to do this, well, a conditional use of land currently zoned for agricultural and residential must be approved. Got a public hearing scheduled this afternoon at the Sussex County Council meeting.
Israel has proposed a 2-month pause in fighting for the release of all the remaining hostages being held by Hamas. The proposed deal was first reported by Axios, which noted the plan would be to release hostages in stages, starting with those over 60 years and in the dire medical condition. Now, hostage talks have been at an impasse over Hamas's demand for a permanent ceasefire.
A Supreme Court ruling is putting added pressure on lawmakers to pass an immigration plan.
And the court letting Border Patrol remove razor wire along part of the Rio Grande.
Yeah, the Biden administration suing Texas to stop its border efforts. They're arguing that immigration is a federal matter, so this new ruling puts more pressure on Congress to address the crisis.
Senate negotiators say a sticking point is how to pay for it.
More news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Still coming up this morning, stacking up scholarships. Many are up for grabs for Indian River High School seniors and alumni. We're telling you about how you can apply or students in need.
Yeah, also 4 Big Pictures will learn where they stand in Oscar nominations. We'll tell you what's to be expected as those nominations are set to be released in just a few hours.
And a buzzer beater in overtime as Salisbury School faces Cambridge South Dorchester in boys basketball. We're showing you the thrilling matchup between the top teams in the conference. Stay with us on Coast TV News Today.
Today at 4 on Coast Live, see how Shepherd's Office is feeding and clothing Georgetown's needy every day. Plus, a free talk about clearing houses and downsizing. And Fenwick Inn's exciting renovations. Coast Live today at 4 on Coast TV.
When I decided to have my kitchen done, I knew I wanted it done professionally. And that's when I contacted Ellen. She took me to the Delmarva Design Center.
From the moment I bring a customer into Delmarva Design Center, the ideas start to flow. First thing we do is take a stroll around the showroom so we can look at all the different vignettes to get ideas of what they like and see what they react to.
For each of the different aspects that I wanted to change in my kitchen, there were experts here and everyone was so helpful. They listened to what I had to say and they had great ideas that helped me put together exactly what I wanted for my kitchen.
My goal is to have the customer enjoy their space as quickly as possible, and Delmarva Design Center helps me do that.
My kitchen is one of my favorite places now. It's something that I use every single day of my life. I'm elated with my experience at the Delmarva Design Center.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
Turn on Bionic Spotlight Extreme 360, the motion-activated home defense light that looks just like a security camera. It detects even the slightest motion and automatically triggers 6 ultra-bright LED high beams. Call or go online and order your Bionic Extreme 360 for just $19.99. Plus, get free shipping on your entire order.
To order, call 1-800-316-1548 or go online to buybionic360.com. Call now.
Hey moms, you know those unforgettable face palms? Those moments that leave us both laughing and sighing. They're not just mishaps, there are shared stories. Share your unique mom moments with us. Go to coastlife.com/mom.
Just about 5:40 on this Tuesday morning. Dry tech cam showing a setting moon in the distance. Really cool looking there, and some increasing clouds. 34 right now in Ocean City. Inland areas are below freezing, so you'll be scraping some ice for sure this morning as we have a light southwesterly breeze. We're looking at mostly clear skies, but high clouds are increasing, and we'll see those increasing clouds throughout the day as Arctic high pressure is slowly moving offshore. Here's today's checklist, I should say. Green checks all around. You need the ice scrape. You're going to be scraping for a little bit this morning. Watch for icy spots on the roads. Anything that melted yesterday refroze. Make sure you have the heavy coat, gloves and mittens, warm beverage, and the sunglasses for this morning.
The Alliance for Automotive Innovation released its report for the third quarter of 2023, and according to this report, electric vehicles now represent 9.7% of new car sales in Delaware. There are also 437 publicly available electric charging outlets in the first state. Overall, Delaware has 10,039 electric cars on the road. This makes it the 31st state in the nation in terms of ranking of ratio of electric vehicles to public chargers.
Voters in town of Bethel can head to the polls beginning next month. The election scheduled for Saturday, February 17th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Community House. Reach out to a Board of Elections member there with any questions.
Over the weekend, Greenwood voters got to make their voices heard. 3 town council members have earned new 2-year terms. Those members include Brenda Talent, Donald Donovan, and Doreen Jones. The members will be sworn in on Valentine's Day at the meeting on February 14th.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good morning. The top basketball team in the ESEAC, Salisbury School, facing the #1 squad in the Bayside, Cambridge South Dorchester. The Vikings without starters Kobe Ennolds and Jaden Harris for this one, and hosting Salisbury School. Entering the fourth, the Dragons leading 48-32, and then this guy happened. LaShawn Moody in transition feeds Sterling Perkins. And one, the flex on the floor. He'd make the free throw too. Next trip down the floor, Moody, do it yourself a little English off the glass. The senior was just getting started. This time, dribble, pull up, count the floater, and give him another at the line. CSD cuts the lead all the way down to 4. Dragons need to stop the bleeding. Perkins has other ideas. Picks Noah Tucker's pocket. Timeout Vikings. It's 54-52, and this gym is rocking. Out of stoppage, more Moody. CSD would take a 56-54 lead before the Salisbury School split up the momentum. Remember, Tucker, that's big. A 3 to give the Dragons a 57-56 lead. Final seconds of regulation, 60-58 Salisbury. Anthony Hughes checks his DNA for 100% dog, and we're headed to overtime. Extra basketball in Bayside North Country. More Moody, CSD led by as much as 4. Fast forward to 8.5 seconds left. Vikings up 2. Sophomore Xavier Stratton fouled on the floor. He hits the first one and drills the second run right here, setting the stage for Moody. He hit 20 of his 32 points in the fourth quarter and overtime and saved the best for last. Cambridge wins it 70-68 at the buzzer. The Vikings are 12-1 on the season now. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day.
The new Tron movie getting an X-Files veteran. David Daniel has that and some more in today's Hollywood Minute.
I love you too, man.
Gillian Anderson is getting her Tron on. Deadline reports the Emmy and Golden Globe winning actress has joined the cast of Tron Ares. No word on Anderson's role. Oscar winner Jared Leto is set for the title role Ares, a video game character who crosses over to real life.
As a species, what are we doing with our time? How are we consuming this planet?
50% of the planet's habitat is gone because of our agriculture.
People don't have a connection to what food really is and where it really comes from.
Feeding Tomorrow is aimed at changing that. The documentary looks at how ecosystem destruction, climate change, and other issues are damaging our food system and offers practical steps to reverse course. Feeding Tomorrow debuts today on digital platforms.
3, 2, 1, go!
An awesome update on awesome games done quick. The latest organized speed runs of video games raised more than $2.5 million for Prevent Cancer Foundation. Since they cranked up the telethons in 2010, the Gonzo Gamers have raised nearly $49 million for various charities. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Excitement and speculation rising as we are only a few hours away from this year's Oscar nominations. So here's a look at some of the big films expected to be part of this year's list. It's possible the four films, Oppenheimer, Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon, and Poor Things, could all hit double digits for nominations, which that would be the second time that's ever happened. All four films are expected to be contenders for Best Picture, but they could also pick up directing and acting nominations, among others, and the awards will be handed out on March 10th.
Quiet morning weather-wise, we're looking at our tidal health cam in Salisbury, 30 right now. Watch out for some slick spots on the roads. Otherwise, we're looking at a lot of clouds increasing today, the next few days, and warming up as well, a big warming trend. We've got 60s on the way, along with some rain. I'll have much more on this. I'll time it out on Futurecast in a couple of minutes. Stay tuned.
Sign up to grow your team at the 2024 Draper Media Job Fair, powered by Premier Staffing Solutions. Be a part of the best marketed and most successful job fair on Delmarva, according to past employers who participated. The Draper Media Job Fair is Saturday, February 24th from 10 to 2 in the Jason Building at Del Tech in Georgetown. Meet over 1,000 applicants looking for work. For more info, go to WBOCevents.com.
Imagine a knife taking this much abuse and didn't need sharpening. Introducing the incredible NutriBlade knives. They're coated with granite stone non-stick and made of stainless steel, one of the hardest substances on earth. Now everyone can chop, slice, and dice just like a pro. The Easy Grip rubberized handles deliver incredible control and accuracy to chop salads in seconds and cut frozen solid meat with ease and get razor-thin slices every time. The non-stick surface means food slides right off, and they're dishwasher safe. Plus, they'll stay razor sharp guaranteed. A complete set of chef knives can cost you hundreds, but today you can get this professional 6-piece set of NutriBlades for just $29.95. Order right now, and we'll even ship them to you free. Now get your own NutriBlade knives from Granite Stone. The last knives you'll ever buy.
Call 1-800-645-8074 or go to buynutriblade.com.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Today.
Every day.
We are adding to the star power in our studio.
The biggest names, only on Today.
Fourth coming in this early, right? Stick around, y'all. These guys are going to be back.
We work here now.
Legit legend right here in Studio 1A.
We got Olivia Rodrigo.
We're just getting started, folks.
This is Scarlett. She would like to direct the show. Can we go to commercial break now?
Everything and everyone you're talking about, only on Today.
It is 5:47 on your chilly Tuesday morning. We're going to take a live look now at Salisbury. It's the university right there. Bobby, can't really see at the windows. Are they foggy? Are you expecting fog on them this morning?
Not too much fog. We are looking at clear skies for the most part, Paige, and we are looking at frosty conditions. So possibly a little bit of fog, but more frosty on the car for sure. And make sure you scan the QR code right there. That will get you to the CoastTV weather app. And you'll be scraping for a little while this morning, maybe another 1 to 2 minutes extra. You know, we have that frost that really does like to accumulate on metal and glass surfaces and grass surfaces as well. So watch out for that this morning, and watch out for some icy spots as well. 31 in Georgetown and Millsboro this morning, 28 in Delmar and Redden, 34 in Lewis, so not as cold or frosty along the coast. It's inland. That's where we have some of the frost and some of those slick spots, so watch out for that. So anything that melted yesterday from the snow or slush definitely refroze this morning. We are looking at a light southwesterly breeze, and that will continue to warm us up with time. In fact, we're looking at 60s by the end of the week. Here's clouds and rain radar, mostly clear skies right now, but we have a few changes on the way. Clouds will be increasing throughout the day. We're watching Arctic high pressure moving offshore. I'm sure everybody's happy about that. And then to the north, it could be looking at maybe some freezing rain or freezing drizzle across Pennsylvania. We're not worried about that here. As farther to the west, you have a big area of rain from Texas into the upper Midwest with snow into Michigan, some rain across the southeast. It'll take a while for this to get here, so we'll be dry for a little while, but the clouds do increase throughout the day, and we're above freezing mid-morning into the mid-30s. We thicken up the clouds by noon into the low 40s, and then low to mid-40s, I think, for highs as we go into the 4 o'clock hour as we continue to melt that snow. Through this evening and tonight, mostly cloudy skies, and I think for the most part we stay just above freezing, so we'll continue to melt that snow overnight with cloudy skies Wednesday morning, and Wednesday will be another cloudy day. Maybe a stray shower, but much warmer. High around 54 in Georgetown, Millsboro, and Selbyville as well. And then the winds start to pick up tomorrow night, bringing in even warmer air and moisture. We could be looking at heavier showers as we go into Thursday evening into Friday morning. Looks like we get a break Friday into much of Saturday, and then later Saturday, another surge of rain comes our way. This one could be more significant, maybe heavier rain on into Sunday morning. So it looks like another clunker of a weekend weather-wise. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast. Lots of clouds the next couple of days, and 44 today, 54 tomorrow, 63 on Thursday with the rain, and Friday still kind of showery, 66. It cools down into the 50s this weekend. Rain later Saturday, more so on into Sunday, 51, and then colder as we head into early next week.
Bob, and for more weather updates, make sure to pull out your phones and scan the QR code for our First Alert Weather app. You can download the app for free to get all the weather updates you need.
Bay Health and the Food Bank of Delaware are partnering on a local food drive to help Delawareans in need. Bay Health's Stuff the Mobile Care Unit food drive continues now through January 28th. Collection times 8 a.m. till 7 p.m. every day at the main entrances of the Bay Health Kent and Sussex hospitals. Non-perishable items are needed, such as canned fruit and vegetables, peanut butter, granola bars, and rice.
3 scholarships are up for grabs for Indian River High School seniors and alumni. The IR Pride Scholarship celebrates school spirit by asking current seniors, how have you contributed to make Indian River a better place? Alumni Association members who graduated in any past year can apply for money to help them pay for any level of college. And finally, the Ridge Murray Memorial Scholarship offered to seniors who share similar characteristics of a 2014 graduate who passed away unexpectedly in November of 2021.
If you're someone who wants to make a difference, this may be for you. The Ocean City Department of Emergency Management providing Community Emergency Response Team basic training. It's an 8-week course that ends with a disaster simulation scenario in a realistic environment. The training is typically 1 night a week for 8 weeks. It begins March 21st.
Rehoboth Beach Animal Hospital implementing a new urgent care service. This is to help assist local pet owners, both clients and non-clients. Program will be a curbside service, and it will operate on a first-come, first-served basis. The urgent care will be open from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. However, walk-ins are not accepted. Prior scheduling there, that is a must.
Coming up on Coast TV News today, just completed Texas study tested remineralized toothpaste in nearly 200 patients, and it worked. We're showing you how this toothpaste could improve your teeth.
And we're seeing increasing clouds on our Bay Health cam in Dover right now. Watch out for some isolated slick spots this morning, but we're looking at a wet and warmer pattern on the way for Delmarva with increasing rain chances. And with time, we're looking at highs in the 60s later this week. I'll have your 10-day extended forecast coming up after the break.
Coverage on the road, in your community, along the coast. The IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, live on the street, day or night. From breaking news to weather in your town, the IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, coverage you can count on.
Embrace a new journey and kickstart your New Year's resolution in a brand new Subaru from Gateway Subaru. Discover the 2024 Subaru Outback, which represents Subaru's commitment to safety, innovation, and adventure. Right now, lease a new 2024 Subaru Outback for only $299 a month, or take advantage of financing rates as low as 1.9%. Plus, Gateway has more in-stock Subaru inventory to choose from than other dealers have combined. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
Your wallet is always in danger. Criminals can hack your information without you even knowing. Introducing Slim Mint, an ultra-thin RFID blocking wallet that keeps your cards and cash protected. Slim Mint uses the latest RFID blocking technology to prevent thieves from stealing your info. It's ergonomically designed to optimize space and keep your belongings organized. With the auto-locking Slim Mint, your cards and money stay securely in place. It has a built-in cash clip and a flexible outer band to fit your additional cards and cash. Call or click now and get Slim Mint for just $29.99. Order in the next 5 minutes and you'll get an instant $10 discount, so it's only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get Slim Mint at this low price. There's a strict limit of 3 Slim Mint wallets while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-613-4296. Call or visit slimmintwallet.com. So call 1-800-613-4296 now.
Straight back to blackout.
.93.5 The Beach. Bring the mat to your living room. From the first takedown to the last pin, high school wrestling lives here on Delmarva Sports Network. Local teams, big dreams.
A new Texas study is out to determine whether or not an artificial mineral can restore both tooth enamel better than fluoride.
And researchers tried it on patients with what they call chalky teeth. Marty Salt shows us what researchers found that could help out you.
A study was launched recently to determine if mimetic or synthetic hydroxyapatite would remineralize tooth enamel in patients suffering specifically from molar incisor hypomineralization, or MIH. It's also called chalky teeth. It affects 15% of the population.
If they bite something hard, it breaks down because the tooth is porous, less mineral and porous. And the color varies from creamy white to yellow and even brown.
Chalky teeth stems from 3 causes.
It can be genetic factors, it can be systemic environmental factors.
In the study, researchers cemented a bracket of chalky teeth next to natural teeth.
Before we put it in their mouth, we measure the mineral density of the chalky teeth.
Participants brushed their teeth twice daily for 2 weeks. Computer tomography provided exact measurements, but researchers were surprised to find the synthetic mineral works better than fluoride.
The mineral density of the chalky teeth increased by 26%. When we use fluoride toothpaste, the mineral density of the chalky teeth increased by 15%.
Toothpaste containing hydroxyapatite is available over the counter because it was previously approved for use in preventing cavities.
That is why we did the test, and it worked.
I'm Marty Salt reporting.
And although the FDA has not approved the synthetic ingredient for people with chalky teeth syndrome, it's already on the market for fighting tooth decay and strengthening your teeth. Well, it's now 5:57. Time for a quick look at your forecast before you head out your door.
Yeah, on Bob's checklist today, he had sunglasses, all for that, as we are bringing back some warmer conditions.
Yeah, I had sunglasses, a little caveat, I had AM in there, just because I think we'll see more sun this morning, more clouds this afternoon, yes. Here's your day part forecast. We're looking at freezing temperatures this morning. Watch out for those slick spots, otherwise cloudy. Mid-40s this afternoon. Paul Davis 10-day forecast. We jump in the mid-50s on Wednesday. Rain builds in end of the week. We're into the 60s there, up to 66 on Friday. Holy cow, but then it cools down into the weekend. 50s, rain later Saturday, especially Sunday, and then cooler and drier into next week.
All right, Phil Rizzuto, coming up in our next hour.